This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, pharmacies have been busy after changes were announced to the rollout of COVID-19 boosters. A real cold case for police following a run of burglaries at a popular Dunedin ice cream business. And what's open and what's closed in Dunedin over the holidays? We have the details. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. For a few Dunedin pharmacies, the government's COVID-19 vaccine announcement has caused a stressful week. Some members of the public were confused by plans to reduce the wait time to get a booster shot and were keen to get their third jab straight away.
It's still a 6-month wait for those wanting to get the Pfizer jab. That's the message from Dunedin pharmacies who were caught in the crossfire after this week's COVID-19 changes. The government announced plans to reduce the waiting time to get a booster shot from 6 months to just 4. But it wasn't clear in the media conference when that change would come in.
What wasn't publicised very well is that there is a delay when that time changes to early to mid-January. So currently as it stands, it's still a 6 months waiting time from the second dose to the booster.
However, from January 5th next year, those eligible to get their booster jab under the new 4-month rule can try their luck with a walk-in vaccination or wait until mid-January to book an appointment. Roslyn Pharmacy is thankful the switch wasn't immediate.
Not going to lie, we weren't disappointed that it was delayed because we are working really hard and everyone's really tired. So I'm pleased for my staff that they can get away and relax a little bit before the booster program really starts again.
The government is recommending those who qualify to get the booster jab to provide better protection against the new Omicron variant. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A new hotel has been welcomed into Queenstown. The Sudema Queenstown Hotel at 5 Mile near Frankton opened its doors to guests today after an official opening yesterday. The ceremony was enjoyed by a large crowd, including Lakes District Mayor Jim Bolt, who was tasked with cutting the official ribbon. The building's opening was marked by various community groups. With a $35 million price tag, the 4.5-star hotel boasts more than 100 newly furnished rooms. The hotel's part of a wider $75 million complex at 5 Mile, which includes retail sites and offices. For one popular Dunedin ice cream maker, being burgled is becoming an all too familiar feeling. Mornington business Patties and Cream has been broken into several times over the past few months, presenting the owners and police with a genuine cold case.
Taping over the camera before breaking and entering. This security footage shows Dunedin ice cream store Patties and Cream being burgled for the 3rd time this year.
Real inconvenient this time of year for us. It's pretty heartbreaking really, all the time and effort that we're putting into the work.
The Mornington shop has been plagued by burglaries over the past few months, with the thieves taken off with more than 130 cheese rolls and 40 ice cream tacos on Saturday. Patties and Cream was first broken into during the August lockdown. Across the 3 thefts, more than $2,500 worth of electronics and equipment has been taken.
It's slowed us down, yeah, a lot. Like with the demand at the moment, it's so high, and then it just takes that much extra to have to make that stock up again. It's not a 5-minute process, it takes 24 to 48 hours for it to be ready.
While Patties and Cream has caught back up, there's still an uneasy feeling for Young.
It's been a pain really, it just feels like we've been violated, people coming into our workspace.
A police spokeswoman says a forensic examination is continuing and the offenders are yet to be identified. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A few recognisable local stars feature in the new trailer for an upcoming Netflix film, The Royal Treatment. Dunedin's Vogel Street stands in for New York in parts of the movie, with the help of some digital enhancements. Meanwhile, Larnach Castle on Otago Peninsula becomes the Royal Palace in the new film, showcasing both the castle itself and the outdoor gardens. The inside of Ulverston House also features in the royal treatment, while Oamaru's historic district in Harbour Street plays host to a street party. Parts of the film were shot here in February and March. The royal treatment stars American actress Laura Marano, Egyptian-born Canadian actor Mina Massoud, and some New Zealand talent. The film will be released on Netflix on January the 20th. Many of Dunedin's essential services will close or run a limited schedule over the Christmas and New Year period. Curbside rubbish and recycling collections will continue as normal, but there'll be changes to many other council services and attractions.
Check before you head out this holiday period. A number of Dunedin City Council attractions and venues will be closed over some of the time. Places like the Eyesight Visitor Centre, Art Gallery, Toitu Settlers Museum and Landhuan Chinese Garden will only be closed on Christmas Day. But Dunedin City Council Marketing and Communications Manager Graham McKerricker says many services will be operating on reduced hours to give key staff a well-deserved break.
Tomorrow, being Christmas Eve, some of our facilities will be closing early, and then on Christmas Day all of our facilities are closed. After that, there's a range of dates for the different facilities.
With many residents on holiday and a small stream of visitors expected in town, McKerricker says there are some bonuses to people driving into the city.
So parking will be free for people coming to town from the 25th to the 28th and from the 1st to the 4th over those busy festive periods.
The city and regional councils have contributed toward the cost of running the annual Christmas Day suburban rumbler service operated by the Otago Heritage Bus Society. Single trips are just a gold coin, with unlimited travel available across the day for $10. Passengers will also need to wear masks where required, and well-behaved dogs are also welcome. In Dunedin, South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. Christchurch residents are entertained with a lively retelling of the nativity story, and two of Dunedin's sports stars are on their way home, but not in time for Christmas.
Spark your joy with jazz, the next generation from Honda.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Hi there, guess who? You recognise the eyes? Oh, okay, it's a haircut. Anyway, it's Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Our 3 stores are carrying on as usual. Despite what's happening in the world, we have got some great stock for you. Personally, I've spent 50 years in this business and we have some excellent supplier relationships. We've got great stock, it's hand-picked, it's here, it's on time, and it's ready for this great summer.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So, as my favourite cut says, keep calm and carry on.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Welcome back. Holiday motorists are being warned maintenance crews will be working on State Highway 87 between Outram and Middlemarch over January. Waka Kotahi New Zealand Transport Agency says the work is being completed ahead of the new school term, but could mean delays of up to 40 minutes for road users. The work is scheduled to be carried out during the day between Tuesday the 11th of January and Friday the 21st. The Downard Highway Maintenance team will be relaying the chip seal surface on an 8-kilometre section of the highway. The story of the first Christmas has been retold at Christchurch's transitional cathedral in a lively way. Drama, music and live animals combine to entertain a large crowd for a family-friendly retelling of the nativity story.
It was a children's Christmas service with animals. Children, their parents and a menagerie of animals packed the cardboard cathedral in Christchurch. Anglican church staff and teenagers performed in various roles as they retold the nativity story with a modern COVID-inspired twist. Dean of Christchurch, the Very Reverend Lawrence Kimberley, played the innkeeper from the first Christmas story and believes the festival provides us all with a sense of hope.
Yeah, it's a good response in spite of hot weather and all the issues around COVID. You know, some people aren't so confident coming out these days. Not everyone wants to be worried about vaccine passes and wearing face masks and those issues. So I'm really pleased with the response we had today.
There was a good turnout despite the heat reaching nearly 30 degrees outside, as well as the familiar COVID concerns.
I think there's also a strong sense of home. The Europeans have a word for it. I think it might be hygge. Where there's that kind of sense of being at home, warm, secure, and that's one of the deep feelings that people associate with Christmas, and that's the kind of time we're in now. We really need that.
Reverend Kimberley says it'll be another 5 years before the church moves back to its familiar Cathedral in the Square location, which was severely damaged in the city's earthquakes a decade ago. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Two of Dunedin's sports stars are on their way home. World motocross champion Courtney Duncan was due to leave managed isolation today, but will now spend Christmas in quarantine. Meanwhile, rally star Emma Gilmore has finally secured an MIQ slot after months of trying, but still won't be able to spend Christmas with her loved ones.
Spending time in a managed isolation quarantine facility is becoming standard procedure for Kiwi sports people flying home. Courtney Duncan's stay in MIQ has been extended after a case of the Omicron variant was found in her Wellington hotel on Monday, which means the women's motocross world champion will have to spend Christmas in isolation. She's slightly luckier than fellow motorsport ace Emma Gilmore, who's finally on the home stretch after taking part in the MIQ lottery for about 9 months.
Really excited to be finally coming home, hopefully, as long as the next few days go smoothly. Yeah, I was a bit nervous watching the changes that are happening in New Zealand with the borders, and doesn't really affect me. Instead of doing 7 days in a hotel and 3 days at home with the cats, catching up with them, I'll be doing all 10 days in a hotel.
Gilmore knows what it's like to be waiting to secure an MIQ place and says her heart goes out to those who are still stuck overseas.
I really feel for everyone that's been hanging out for the Australian border to open with quarantine-free travel in January, and that's changed.
Extending the phased reopening of the borders and changes to the MIQ durations will have an effect on Emma Gilmore's ability to compete in next year's New Zealand rally season. She admits her priority has to be her debut year as McLaren's first female driver.
It's going to change things going forward for next year. I'd hoped that after the first round of the 2022 season that I would be able to just come home to New Zealand. Looks like that's going to be potentially delayed or back to a MIQ lottery situation. So it makes it really hard to plan for next year, and also trying to fit in my New Zealand rally schedule as well, because if I can't get home, then I won't be able to do the events that I want to back here.
Emma Gilmore is due to spend Christmas and New Year's in MIQ and is expecting to get back to Otipoti, Dunedin on January 5th. Courtney Duncan, meanwhile, is hoping to be reunited with whānau in Palmerston on Boxing Day. In Dunedin, the South Today.
One man set a summer challenge of scaling the height of Mount Everest, but from the sunny town of Queenstown. Simon Noble completed the gruelling feat to raise money for a charity close to his heart.
Halfway through with a long way still to go, mountain biker Simon Noble was feeling the pain yesterday as he tried to complete the mammoth task of biking the height of Mount Everest in one day in sunny conditions in Queenstown. Noble started planning back in October for the course he'd need to take to ensure his body could handle the almost 9-kilometre distance.
I'll select a route that's going to be fast but also manageable with fatigue, so I can hopefully not crash.
After an extremely early morning start yesterday, Noble completed the 22 laps of the Skyline Access Road around 11 last night, more than 20 gruelling hours after he started. Noble's The Longest Long Day Challenge was all in the name of raising money for the Making Tracks Charity Trust. The money will be used to build adaptive gravity quad bikes, allowing people with disabilities to experience the home of adventure tourism.
Where anybody can rock up, jump on and go experience what everybody else up on this hill loves to do.
Noble's now resting but has already raised more than $6,000 through his Give a Little page, which will be open until the end of the year. In Queenstown, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we continue our look back at some of the news events that shaped 2021 with tonight's spotlight on November. And we take a look at the weather for Christmas Eve.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Hi, I'm Eden Carson from the Otago Sparks and we'd love to see all your support down here at the Uni Oval this summer.
Welcome back. In the days leading up to Christmas, we're looking back month by month at some of the news events that shaped 2021. November began as much as the past 2 years have been, with COVID-19 impacting our everyday life.
November opened with the shock news that a bat won New Zealand's Bird of the Year contest, while a Dunedin tourist ferry operator refused to carry passengers who aren't vaccinated against COVID-19.
And the schools soon will have it mandatory for teachers to be vaccinated. For me, it doesn't really make sense then for them to, go on holiday and go and do activities where all of a sudden they're exposed to a whole lot of people that haven't been vaccinated. It just doesn't really make sense. It's inconsistent.
Melbourne Cup Day at Wingatui looked a little different this year, with COVID-19 crowd restrictions evident, making for a very quiet race day.
Today's been terrific. We've got quite a number of people here, but COVID, of course, has restricted us in what we do.
Dunedin's screen printing business, Uptown Art, changed hands as its founder and his wife, who he met on the job, headed for retirement.
It's a very hard decision for me, personally. Leslie was ready to go earlier than I was, but she's more sensible than me.
Queenstown people began preparing for COVID-19 restrictions to ease, while people opposed to vaccinations began protesting around the country, including in Gore, Invercargill and Balclutha.
I believe it's everybody's right to choose what they get to put in their bodies. It's their right to have the power to earn a living without that being taken away from them.
November was a huge month for rally driver Emma Gilmore. She competed in the Cambrian Rally early in the month and then became the first woman driver signed to the prestigious McLaren racing team.
Oh, it's the pinnacle, absolutely. And, and I just feel so grateful that I've got this opportunity because, I've had many a disappointing season and I've had a lot of people that have stood beside me and supported me.
Cycling's Tour of Southland saw competitors racing around the beautiful south. And at the end of the month, the Prime Minister announced the change from its levels system to the traffic light system, with most of New Zealand beginning at the orange light level. Across the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Some pharmacies have been busy after confusion over changes planned to the rollout of COVID-19 booster shots. A real cold case for police following a run of burglaries at popular Dunedin ice cream business Patties and Cream. And check before you head out these holidays, with some city attractions and council venues closed or on limited hours. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Barry Stewart.
Hello, Mel. I know I'm under limited time, so I'll move quickly. Dunedin's in the grip of a housing construction boom, with the number of consents being issued in 2021 up higher than more than 30 years, so that's pretty significant. In our sports lift out, we have details of the Otago Daily Times Southern Mile series, which starts at the Otago Racing Club on Boxing Day at Wingatui. No paper on Saturday, no Otago Daily Times on Saturday, but look out for our special publication on Boxing Day, Sunday.
Oh, fantastic.
And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Oh, thank you. And you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with today's Southern View, how to say Merry Christmas using New Zealand Sign Language. Looking at the situation, dry for most of Boxing Day with mild and northerly winds, but some showers and colder southwesterlies developing late in the day. Cool on Monday with showers and southwesterlies becoming fine on Tuesday. Heading to the northwest of the island, mild temperatures with cloudy skies and 19 degrees for Greymouth and Westport. The cloudy skies continue in the northeast, Nelson on 26 and Blenheim on 22 degrees. And moving to Canterbury, partial cloud over all three centres with 19 for Kaikoura and Christchurch, wind and showers for Ashburton with 17. Moving to the southern towns, showers and southwesterlies for all here with 15 degrees. Across to Central, it's the same news for Te Anau with showers and southeasterlies and 15 degrees, but it's fine for everywhere else in this region with light winds, and showers arrive in the afternoon as well, with temperatures from 20 to 22. Further north, similar for inland towns with moderate southwesterlies followed by showers later in the afternoon. Timaru 19, Oamaru 18. Moving inland, light winds with afternoon showers here and a high of 21 for Twizel and Te Marama. In Dunedin, some weather to put up with before Christmas, more showers developing tonight with northerly winds and 10 degrees. Mostly cloudy and cool tomorrow with showers till evening, moderate westerlies at first, but expect some southerlies during the afternoon, which then ease off with 16 the high and a low of 9. Christmas Day is fine too with cooler temperatures, low cloud at first, followed by sunny periods with fresh northeasterlies, a high of 16 and a low of 10. And in Invercargill, showers tonight and fresh northwesterlies with an overnight low of 10 degrees. Colder southwesterlies tomorrow with cloud and showers during the morning, but clearing weather during the afternoon with increasing sunny periods. A high of 15 and a low of 8. And for Christmas Day, sunny periods with some cloud and moderate westerlies. A high of 18 and a low of 11. And that's the news this Thursday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz, and you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch up with our bulletins on demand. Nō reira, kia pai te pou, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.